and paste it. And this is where we will begin to make errors and check to see which constraints are kicking in. So if I rerun this query as it is, will this work?
No.
Why not?
You got a primary key.
Primary. Let's run it just so that everybody can see that what error is generated at the top. It says duplicate key value specified. So that's where the problem was. And it says in one of the columns. Okay, so let's fix that. Let's make it a 2 instead of a 1. Will this work now?
Yes.
Try it.
Social security number is a unique key.
Ah, very good. You have another duplicate key violation because of your unique key constraint, not because of your primary key. That's why it tells you instead of primary key, it tells you you have a unique key constraint violation. A, the very last one, to X. And then let's try. Okay. Now it tells you there is a problem with a check constraint. See, it gives you the name of the constraint where the problem is coming from. So it tells you that the status check constraint said that there is a problem in the value you inserted. So that checks to make sure that the only allowable values are A and I. Okay, now let's mess around with something else. Let's make both the commission and the bonus 0, because that's also one of the checks on line 23. Both of them cannot be 0. At least one of them have to be more than 100 or more than a 0. Let's run it now. See, it's now complained about the bonus commission constraint. And now let's try to work with some other numbers. For example, salary, the max range is 250,000, okay? Let's try to give it 400,000. So that's outside of the range. So now when I run it, it will be a violation of salary check 1. As you can see here, that salary check 1 is the one that forces you to have a salary within this range. And now with 400,000, you're outside of that range. Fix the salary to drop it down to 200,000, so it's within the range. But let me give a commission, because commission is before bonus, right? Yeah. Let me give a commission a value greater than 200,000. So let's make the commission 300,000. Just to check the constraint of salary check 2, because that would want to make sure that salary is always greater than commission. And this would be a clear violation of that. So let's try that. Okay, so as you can see, salary check 2 constraint was fired this time because the commission is greater than salary. So we'll change it back to 0. So we also check that constraint. We still have 3 more constraints to check. So let's say if I give my birth date a value after the hire date, let's say I change the year to 2024. So now birth date is after the hire date. That will also fail and will give me a hire date check error. Okay, let's fix that back again to what it was before. And now let's get to the job class. Let me choose a job class of F, which doesn't exist as one of the job classes. So that will also give me a job class problem. Okay, let's fix it to one of the allowed values. And now let me give a job level 0. And when I do job level 0, that will also fail because job level has to be greater than 0, it cannot be 0. So that will yield a problem. It will say the check constraint job level was in violation. Okay. What will happen if I change the job level to 10? What will happen? Will this be a constraint violation?
Yes.
No. Why not?
Isn't it only up to 9?
Yeah, but it's not a constraint violation though. Why? What is the field size of that field? What is the field size of job level?
1 character.
And how many am I providing here?
Oh, an integer.
I'm providing 2 characters. So that's a violation of data integrity. That means it cannot fit in the field. So that will kick in way before the constraint kicks in. Go ahead and run it. Now, when you run it, you will see that you don't get the constraint violation. You rather get the length of the string violation. It says the value for column is too long. It did not even get, so constraint violation only kicks in if you are not in violation of any other problems concerning the field. So that is only for valid values. So let's change it back to 6. Okay. And yeah, so those are some of the values that we fixed. Now let's run it, and this time it'll just go through.